Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And in just a moment, we'll hear from our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Backcourt guards are Schroeder and Levine. Murray and Sabonis make up the inside pair. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. And for the Bulls, at the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Buzelis out there with Vucevic, and it's Okoro in at the 3, the small forward. So, Greg, here we are, just about a week into the NBA season. The regular season comes at you fast.
I mean, the games start coming fast and furiously right out of the gate. But you wonder how we made it through summer without getting to see any NBA action.
Now here's Murray. Schroeder setting the pick for Murray. Takes the 3. And Vucevic pulls it down. Now here's Okoro. DeRozan defending. Now here's Giddey. Over in the corner, White. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist.
He's a pretty reliable three-point producer. White knows what his job is.
Now Schroeder. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. The wide open look here for DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. Sabonis a screen on Giddey. And that one, good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Schroeder kicks to Levine. Sabonis sets the pick for Levine. Nice jump shot. Good.
Running the play like clockwork, Levine expertly creates some space with the pick and roll.
Well, Josh Giddey provides a floor general's mentality, RJ, in a 6'8" frame.
Yeah, he sees the floor extremely well and prides himself on his ability to create easy looks for his teammates, especially in transition.
Good on the triple.
And when it comes to the three-point,
He's checked in for the Bulls. Monk's checked in for Sacramento. And MP tries to bring out his best when he's matched up against any of the league's top teams. You know, he has said it publicly, but he puts a lot of stock in games like this one.
And that's what makes this game so important. When you come out and let everyone know what you're thinking, you have got to back it up. MP's put some pressure on himself. We'll see how he handles it.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Kings forward DeMar DeRozan clearly bought into helping take this team to the next level. He said, quote, "I appreciate the passion and the drive from the coaching staff, from the players to the fan base to everything, top to bottom. Guys want to win. Anything is possible." Guys, back to you.
They're plenty talented. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. As we've mentioned before, MP took a bit of an unusual path to the NBA, spent some time in Europe to develop his skills before finding his way to an NBA roster.
And going overseas to develop is something that more than a few players have done before. For a guy like MP, it offered a chance to learn what it means to be a professional and really refine his game before jumping to the NBA.
Nice persistence on the glass. Sabonis understanding how to use his body and length, too.
And 3 from Jordan. And the Bulls, another 3.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Chicago making some changes. Patrick Williams, he's checked in for Buzelis. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Okoro. And a change for Sacramento. Westbrook's checked in. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And here's Jordan outside. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Monk, no one around him, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Knocking down that answer three. Monk with great range.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and he's good on the 3-ball. Jordan's got 15 points. And we have to mention, Greg, the utter dominance MP has shown recently, right? A huge scoring night for him on insane efficiency. The numbers, you can't even believe what you're reading.
You just don't see stat lines like the one that MP had very often. Kevin, it looked like he had a cheat code on the way. He was making everything from the floor.
And so it's MP making things happen for the... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Chicago?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. They've got Monk. Drew Eubanks out there at the DeRozan. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Ellis at the 2 spot. And the Bulls, another 3.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
So the Bulls, their last game, a win against the Atlanta Hawks. Richard, the Bulls knocked out of the play-in by the Miami Heat for 3 seasons in a row.
You can't call it a rivalry if it's in the play-in. It's not the playoffs. The playoffs? With the Bulls finally committed to a rebuild, it could be a while before they create any more impressive postseason narratives.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Kings. Three-pointer. MP again from deep. MP's got the lead up to 11 now for Chicago.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
DeRozan against Williams. Monk outside. Off target from 3-point range. And so Jordan will bring it up for the Bulls. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. The 3. And the Bulls another 3.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Eubanks. Scoreless thus far. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Vucevic checked in for Collins. Bruce Ellis comes in for Patrick Williams. Okoro's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Jones. Sabonis, he's checked in for the Kings. Lets it go from deep. And the Kings another 3.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Connects again from distance.
And he's scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for 3s in a game. And it's Schroeder in the corner. And Jordan sends it back.
Sharp defensive instincts from MP, showing off his IQ as a defender.
Jones checked in for Sacramento. Dean comes in for Russell Westbrook. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. With players signing rich extensions, highlighted by Devin Booker's 2-year, $145 million max contract, we're quickly approaching a time when so-called supermax players will be making over $1 million per game. As shocking as it sounds, the reality is that the best players are already worth more than that to their teams.
It's all about results. Thanks so much for the report, Shams.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
The Kings trail by 15. Schroeder passes to Sabonis. And then Monk with the jam.
Injecting energy into his team. That is what Malik Monk does.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. No good from Jordan. Sacramento's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. In the corner, it's Sabonis. Pass to Levine. Here's Schroeder. That 3 off the mark. The Bulls leading by 13. The 3 from MP. Good! Another from 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in a game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
And again for 3.
And of course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget.
He passed Curry's high a little earlier, and now he's
good. Another from 3.
And that is a 3 that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
15 threes for MP, passing that record from Klay Thompson back in 2018, an all-time performance. Boy, how lucky are we? Yeah, nice, strong finish there, nearly a three-point opportunity.
The Bulls shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's Chicago as they end the second quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And we'll get going after this from United Center.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Chicago Bulls.
It's not just about taking a shot. It's about taking the right shot. They've made a lot of good decisions out there.
Sometimes you just have a great night. Here in the studio, that's, I guess, every night, huh, Shaq?
I would agree, my brother.
And since we have a chance, let's see our award winners, Players of the Week. In the Eastern Conference, MP.
Award goes to MP, baby.
I love the suspense, but really, was there any doubt? I don't know. Congratulations, nonetheless. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it... Making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. And the Kings also making a change. Malik Monk, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's MP. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Again, what an avalanche.
My goodness, 50. For the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And a new front office taken over in Sacramento, Richard, this past summer.
Not to mention first-time head coach Doug Christie taking over the sidelines and significant change to this roster. It'll all be judged by the results on the floor as usual.
White is out there with MP. Then it's Okoro. Then it's Bruce Ellis. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. And the foul called on MP. That's his third foul of the game. Zach Collins checked in for Vucevic. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And DeRozan kicks to Murray. Pass to Monk from outside the arc. And it's Jordan with the rebound. MP's got his 5th rebound in this one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
There's the 3. Bangs on the trifecta. MP's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Bulls. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Kings. And stolen by MP. Jumps up. And the dunk by MP.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
There's 48 seconds left in the 3rd. Jordan against Levine. Here's DeRozan. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's MP. Another one goes. Incredible. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Outside DeRozan. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Back to Levine. Over MP. Chicago grabs the miss. Jordan's got 7 rebounds in the game. And again.
A 60-piece. Goodness. And it's not his first of the season.
Well, he is tied for the 4th most 60-point games during a single season. Just incredible. And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Bulls ahead, delivering the blowout. And time for the short. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on a record-setting night.
And a 3-point barrage, the likes of which we've never seen. This man is etching his name in the history books.
And while this milestone is a testament to MP's individual greatness, he's still all about the team. His priority, first and foremost, is winning, and he's done everything possible to make that happen tonight.
And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Sabonis, and there's Monk, and it's McDermott in at the 4-man position. Pass to Monk. Here's McDermott. Outside Westbrook. Takes a 3, and Jordan sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Saric has checked in for Doug McDermott. So here's Westbrook. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Schroeder. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Here's MP, and Jordan throws it down.
Well, MP sensed his opportunity and did not hold back on the drive.
The Kings have gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Westbrook with a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's MP. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Fantastic slam by MP, proving how dangerous he can be inside.
And stolen by MP. And MP throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to them the ball inside.
Good. That's another bucket.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long... And got it! Another another basket.
And he's now tied for the 4th most points in an NBA game all time. He is knocking down everything.
It's truly one of the greatest games in league history. He cannot miss.
73. What a number. Tying Wilt, Doncic, and David Thompson. Only Wilt and Kobe have more in a single game.
And they double up Jordan. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
And the foul called on MP. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Pass to Levine. DeRozan surveying the D. Back to Levine. Will it go? Collins grabs the miss.
Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not good.
And good! There's another.
And that ties him for 3rd all-time scoring for a single game. What an incredible performance.
Absolutely. A game not to be forgotten. He has put on a show.
And to equal a mark.
Making a switch here. Eubanks is checked in. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Here's DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists now in this one.
Double D has that soft touch, and it serves him well on that interior.
Here's Jordan. Yet another bucket.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now 3rd all-time for points in a game. 1 for the ages.
Well, he has already cleared Wilt Chamberlain's 78 points. Next up is Kobe's 81. And if he passes that mark, the basketball world is going to be talking about this guy for years.
And another one falls. Amazing.
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands, Greg, alone for 2nd place for points. What an unbelievable night.
And with 81 in the rearview mirror, he only has the great Wilt Chamberlain and his 100 mark left, a record nobody thought would be touched. But this is the closest anybody has ever come.
Shooting while in rhythm. MP has a good sense for when to take these quick shots.
Pass to Levine. There's 53 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Back to Schroeder. Just 5 on the clock. Jordan with the rebound.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
Hey, look, when DeRozan is shooting with confidence, he is dangerous, especially catching and firing just like that.
And Jordan throws it down.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
DeRozan passes to Levine. Offline with his 3. Here's Jordan. And yet another basket. That's 91, an incredible feat.
This is just flat out insane.
And so Chicago takes this one and by a big...
Thanks, guys. We've seen a lot of impressive performances from you, MP, but tonight you were in total control. Always 2-3 moves ahead. Looked like you were playing a video game. And you finished with the video game stat line crossing the 90-point mark, only for the 2nd time in NBA history. What was different about tonight for you?
Yeah, the thing about video games is they're art and art imitates life.
Kevin, back to you.
As always, we are...
Real quick.
Some guys get mouthy and can't back it up. I don't need.
I got a great question for you. Right here.
Yeah, you know, I tried to show those guys. Miss Harkins.
Thank you. Congratulations on this incredible record, MP.
Eyes on the rim. Are my shoulders squared up to the basket?